Greetings, good morning. What's going on? It's 2:45 a.m. It is fantastic Friday. I'm on my way to the gym. I heard something interesting I'm going to share with you, and well, you might be able to take it for whatever you want to take it for.
Is your desire for wisdom greater than you?
I'll have you consider something. And take this for what I say. I'd have you consider two things. One is that when you look at somebody that you admire for who they are, for what they do, I'll have you consider something. That you're just as capable of being like them, but even more, being better than them. The better part comes because you're unique. And I think whatever you do in your truest form comes across as the best thing in the world, because there's nobody else can imitate the truest form. So when I say you're better than, I mean because you're different than. And the only way you're going to be like that person you admire, or better than that person you admire, is by studying and enacting the same habits, principles, values, ethics that person does. And then 10x it. I'd also have you consider one other thing. The Bible talks about how we are made in God's likeness. And if you examine humankind, mankind, on the face of this earth, there's nothing above us. And if God said he made us in his likeness, and he breathed life into our bodies, I'd have you consider this. And again, you take it how you want, you apply it how you want. But every time you externalize God as something outside your body, it becomes unachievable, unattainable, and it's just something that you admire from a distance. But when you embody the thought of God being inside of you, then you become one with him. And if you're one with God, the Creator, then what is it that you cannot do? And see, I'm probably not talking to atheists, because I don't know what they put their faith in. I'm probably not talking to a pessimist, because they can't see anything inside of them that is worthwhile. So to the one person I'm talking to, do you understand that there's absolutely nothing you can, if you want to be like me, then emulate what I do, right? Get up in the morning. Today I completely flipped out. There was some audiobook I was listening to, and some alarms started going off, so I thought it was mine, and I got up naturally, felt really good. Come to find out, I got up at 12:45 tonight. And I've been up ever since, because I walked in the laundry room and seen the clock saying it was 1:40. I'm thinking 1:40, okay. If you want to be like me, read as many books as I read. If you want to be better than me, read more books. Interpret them the way that you understand them. That makes you unique. That makes you better. Not better than, just unique and better. You're going to have to start harnessing the power within, right? Like, I mean, my biggest fault has been pornography. Pornography was like, listen, you got somebody that was in prison for so long, you know. I mean, I wasn't down with messing with dudes. That wasn't my style. That's not what I do. So you looked at pornography, you looked at porn magazines, right? Some habits are hard, some habits don't fade so quick. But I recognized that it was something that was impeding on where and who I wanted to be. Cussing was another thing that was impeding on who and where I wanted to be. But I made a conscious decision, and I didn't externalize the power being in somebody else's hand. I internalized, and I knew that I had that power. I had that ability. Will I fall weak? Can I possibly fall back? Yeah, it's possible. But they're not looking at the person who falls back. They're looking at the person that keeps falling forward, the one that keeps fighting forward. In the big scheme of things, it's hard to fight any battle when you think that everything outside of you is more powerful than everything inside of you. So you're going to take what I said one or two ways. You're either going to take it as I am a powerful individual, or you're going to say that I'm trying to say you're God. I'm trying to say you're made in the likeness. No different than I'm made in the likeness of my Father. So if my father, which is my earthly father, has the ability to pick something up, wash a car really good, go to work every single day, then I follow in the example of him. But if I have my creator inside of me, which created me in his likeness, then why would I act like I don't have the ability to rise to the occasion? If I see another individual has reached certain heights of achievement, then why would I not rise to the occasion? There's no middle. You're either making an excuse why you can't do it, or you're doing it. You could be in transition to doing it, but you're doing it. Or you're making an excuse. There's no reason that you're not getting or being exactly who you want to be if you're putting in the right effort and time, because the people that you admire, that you say, I wish I had what they had, if you had emulated what they did and you were able to overcome the times you wanted to quit, then guess what? You would have been in progress. What hurts is when you see people in progress and you're still staying here in excuses and they keep making progress. That gap keeps getting bigger. And the bigger the gap gets between the person that's going and the person that's making excuses, there leaves a lot of room for doubt. There leaves a lot of room for doubt. And that's a lot of ground to cover. I remember I would race Silas sometimes. And when I would race Silas, I would beat him so bad off the jump, he would just stop. And he would say, no fair. No fair. But instead of trying to keep racing to catch up to me, he'll stop. And he'll just complain and say, no fair. No fair. And that's what you're doing. You're standing. These people done did the work and they done made progress and they keep going. And you're standing there saying, no fair. No fair. Instead of trying to bridge that gap, because Silas don't know. Maybe I would have slowed down. Maybe I would have turned my ankle. But I'm saying, take me out of the picture and put life in there and say, stop saying no fair and just recognize that maybe life might slow down if it sees you catching up. And it will let you in. I don't know. It's my opinion. I'd like to hear your feedback on it. I'd like to hear exactly what you have to say about what it is that I just said. I think it's an important topic. I think there's people that can benefit from what I just said. Share it with somebody. Share it with somebody. Somebody that you feel like needs to feel empowered. And they don't understand why they can't get there. See, everything about making progress in life is about that initial step you take to move in the direction you need to go in. I took an initial step a long time ago by saying there was somebody I knew that I really respected, and I kept telling myself over and over, I'm going to build a relationship with this person. I am going to seek this person for counsel. I am going to be a business partner of this person. I've said every single thing because I knew that this is the person I wanted to be in my life that would be able to help me get to where I need to go. And every single thing that I said I would do, I did. I became a business partner of this individual. I became somebody under their tutelage. I became somebody that they would mentor. I became somebody that they would call friend. Because I was determined to build a relationship with somebody that I admired who could teach me to get to where I gotta go. And then they would sow seed inside of my heart that would allow me to grow. So you have to be receptive to that. That's the game plan. You have to be receptive to change, and you have to be receptive to the fact that everything you need is right inside of you. Period.